Today is the day that one of my favorite times of year starts, and that is the 2016 Love-a-Thon. Woo! I'm always excited when it's time for the Love-a-Thon to happen. In case you didn't know, the Love-a-Thon is an annual event that happens every February, started by Caitlin of Kate's Tales of Books and Bands, and it's basically just a way to encourage having positive relationships and communication in the online bookish community. While it was mostly targeted towards bloggers in the past few years, I've opened it up so that BookTube and Bookstagram people can also participate in this event. I'm so excited. I am co-hosting it with my friends C of the Novel Hermit, Hazel of Stay Bookish, and Mel of the Daily Prophecy. Now, the first thing that happens during the Love-a-Thon is a post that's sort of like an introduction questionnaire type thing, and I've answered it a couple of times. There are similar questions to the years before, so I thought it would be fun to do a video for BookTube. My name is Alexa, in case you didn't already know or couldn't already tell. I know, it's obvious. And I am blogging from New York, where I live and work and play. Back in 2005, I had just started university and I was living away from my hometown for the first time, and it kind of got a bit lonely. And one of the ways that I found sort of therapeutic for me, one of the things that I found therapeutic was to actually write about my feelings and write about the things I was going through, and I started my personal blog back then. I've gone through 2 or 3 since, and they've all been shut down, gone out of commission. Although I do have records of them somewhere. I'm not sure where they are right now, but I do have those. Never gonna see the light of day because there was a lot of angst and drama in them. So I have been blogging for more than 10 years now, on and off. It's changed a lot since I first started. Even I've changed a lot since I first started blogging. Talking specifically about my book blog, in 2011, I was here in the US and it was the same thing. I was on my own, I was away from home, and I also just felt the urge to keep practicing my communication skills and to keep being creative. And luckily, I came across the book blogging community that year, and I thought, hey, I could do that. And Alexa Loves Books was born. I honestly just really enjoy producing my own content on the blog, and I also really like being able to connect with other people who love books as much as I do, because in real life, I don't have that very many friends who enjoy reading as much as I do. I think my blog name is pretty straightforward. There have been many times when I've thought about changing it because I've thought of more clever blog titles or blog names, but then I realized I also really like the simplicity and straightforwardness of how I titled my blog. While loving books and reading books is not something that makes up 100% of my life, it's definitely a big part of who I am, and I think that's something that's going to stay true for the rest of my life. Well, I am surprised to be able to say that I read and review a lot of contemporary novels. I thought for sure I was going to say fantasy, but apparently it's contemporary. I don't know, I've just gotten really into contemporary lately, whether it's YA or NA or adult or even middle grade. I just think it's interesting to read about realistic situations and, things that could actually happen in real life. Aside from writing reviews, I also do a lot of fun posts that integrate my other interests. So I have bookish style files for my love for shopping for dresses and fashion. I have bookish travel buddies, which includes my love of travel. I have Screens and Scenes, which talks about all the stage shows, TV shows, movies, and whatever other media I've been consuming over the past month. I also have the Sunday Mix, which is my bi-weekly link up. I love sharing posts I've discovered. I also have Tunes and Tales, which is also a music feature. I do a lot of collaborations as well. I do Books in Real Life and Friends with Arcs with my friend Rachel from Hello Chelly. I have Time Travel Too with my friends Kelly of Bella Dorati and Hannah of So Obsessed With, and a relatively new collaboration that I just started last month is Tracking Down Tunes with my friend Lindsay of Break My Books. I just really love having a variety of posts to share with you guys, and I think it's so interesting to be able to do all this content. I have gotten to do a lot of amazing things because of my blog. It's been really amazing and really awesome to have so many opportunities I never in my wildest dreams could have imagined come my way. All the books I get to read early, all the authors I've gotten to meet, all the publishers I've formed relationships with. It's really just like everything about book blogging is really amazing to me. If I was really gonna be honest, I think like the best thing about my blogging experience has just been really being able to connect with people. I love it when people come up to me and ask for recommendations, or they really like the blog and have gotten a few great books out of reading it, and I think that's so special. That's something I never take for granted, and I really appreciate it. My favorite thing about the blogging community is having people to fangirl and flail over, and not just books, but like things in general. And I think it's so great to be able to like go on Twitter, flail about something, and have someone flail with me. That's a big deal for me. I love that. And I also just love that it's really a diverse community. Everyone has their own interests, and everyone has their own favorite types of books, and I think that's great. Picking only 5 books that I'm excited for this year is really, really, really hard. So I'm not gonna count things that I've already read, I'm not gonna count things that have already come out. Instead, I'm gonna focus on the things that I want in my hands now. A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas, Throne of Glass 5 by Sarah J. Maas, Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo, A Torch Against the Night by Sabaa Tahir, Caraval by Stephanie Garber, Emma by Jane Austen, the Mistborn series by Brandon Sanderson, the Farseer series by Robin Hobb, the last 3 books in the Seven Waters series by Juliet Marlier. I'm just gonna count them as one because it's one series, so what the heck? And A Room with a View by E.M. Forster. Personally, I am a big fan of Miranda Keenely's 100 Oak series. That's Catching Jordan, Stealing Parker, Things I Can't Forget, Racing Savannah, Breathe Annie Breathe, and Jesse's Girl. I think that series is so fabulous. She writes such great complex characters and such interesting situations for all of her characters, and I think a lot of people would really enjoy them, so you guys definitely need to check that out. I'd probably go with Isolde from Truth Witch. I would really like to be best friends with her. I love Isolde's character. I think she's so strong, she's so smart, and cares so much for her best friend. I would totally pick Cole from The Shadow Queen because he is amazing, he's smart, and he's funny, and he's completely loyal to his kingdom, and he fights for what's right, and I love him so much, you guys. If you haven't yet read The Shadow Queen, you just gotta do it, guys. Just gotta. I would pick Lorelei from The Shadow Queen, Tristan from Stolen Songbird, Thorn and Cress from Cress, and Aelin from Throne of Glass. I think between the 5 of them, I'd have a decent set of skills. Like, we'd all contribute to this little group of ours, and in different ways, which I think is great. And I think, like, also that I would just enjoy hanging out with them, particularly Thorn and Cress. I think that, you know, even if the world was ending, we'd still find something to, you know, laugh about or smile about, and I think that's also important when it comes to planning for the apocalypse. Aside from reading, I like writing a lot, even though sometimes it can be such a struggle for me. I also really like binge watching TV shows that are already complete, and I like eating, especially dessert, and I love traveling. I think it's so much fun to go somewhere new and just experience all the things I can experience. When I go shopping, I tend to buy a lot of fandom things. Like, I have been collecting fandom shirts and fandom jewelry and other things like bookmarks and candles, and I just love finding things that represent all of the things I am interested in. Oh my gosh, my latest obsession at the moment is The Sound by 1975. Oh my gosh, I love that song. I have been listening to it on repeat. The Lunar Chronicles. Yes, I picked a series. I think it would be so fun to just see these characters come to life and witness the entire story playing out in that different medium. And I know they'd probably end up changing some things, but I think it would just be really great fun. And I think for books that I want to turn into movies, A Court of Thorns and Roses would be a great one. I think it would be such an epic fantasy film. I also think Six of Crows would make a great movie because it's fast-paced, it's got such excellent characters in it, and I think the plot is also very appealing in a general sense. In my dream library, I would also have bookshelves that go from floor to ceiling. I would have a ladder that slides along the bookshelves. There would be a big comfy reading chair, a nice soft rug on the floor, possibly like a long couch, 2, like if I wanted that option, and like a warm throw blanket. I would have a little table so I could put like the drinks. Like sometimes I like to drink coffee or tea while I'm reading, so I would do that. Maybe a snack or two too. I would have huge bay windows, and I would be like able to sit in that nook. There would be like a window nook there, and I would love that. I think it would look amazing, and I really, really want that for myself, you guys. I would also hang like bookish prints up everywhere. I probably have a notebook and some pens handy, and maybe like a bunch of post-its. I don't want to own every book in the world. I don't need to own every book in the world. I would rather have a collection that I've curated to match my taste, and I think that's my goal. Well, when I really think about it, the author that I would most like to like hang out with and like chat with and spend time with is Jody Meadows, who is the author of the New Soul trilogy, Incarnate, Asunder, and Infinite, and she's also written a duology, The Orphan Queen and The Mirror King. And honestly, I would just really like to spend time with Jody. I love hanging out with her. I love talking to her about books and about writing and about publishing and about life and about, you know, washi tape and yarn and stationery and pens. I mean, it's really, really fun, and I just love spending time with Jody. Plus, I would like to meet her pets, her ferrets, and her cat. So there you have it, guys. I hope you feel like you've gotten to know me a little bit better through this video. I thought this would be a great start, and it's a great way to kick off the Love-a-Thon. I hope you'll be joining us. I'll include a link to a post with all the details below, and you'll probably see me floating around on Twitter using the hashtag. Alright guys, till next time, bye!